The 5 building blocks of personal finance include knowing what's going in and out of your bank account, tackling high interest debt, having a savings account, automating your money, and saving for retirement, also known as investing for the future. My name is Nayab and I'm on a journey to help women gain clarity and confidence around their finances. These 5 concepts that I've mentioned earlier are known in the finance world by all sorts of different synonyms. However, they all boil down to the same 5 fundamental concepts, which we'll be focusing on in this video. The first thing to do when you begin your finance journey is to know exactly what's going in and out of your bank account. Every successful person is crystal clear about the flow of their money. Some people call it checking cash flow or budgeting. Either way, it does the same job. Financial tracking is necessary because we can't improve on something we aren't even aware of, or we don't have metrics to compare it to. This doesn't necessarily mean building a huge Excel spreadsheet, but it can be as simple as getting 2 bank statements, 3 bank statements, which is what I did, and getting 2 different colored highlighters, one for incoming and one for outgoing, and going through those statements. This might take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but it will help you identify the common sources or common funnels where your money is being split through, how your money is being spread out. For most of us on a full-time salary, we can confidently state the number that we get paid every month if it is a monthly salary. However, it's more difficult for us to state the number that is known as the outgoing number. This is because factors such as credit cards, overdrafts, regular payments, direct debits, all of these come into play, and keeping that number in your head can seem like a bit of a chore. But nevertheless, we want to identify these 2 numbers and in order to be able to see whether we're in the green zone or the red zone with our finances. The green zone being we're making more and spending less, whereas the red zone is we're spending more and making less. This clarity will help us identify the next actionable steps with what we do with our money. If we're in the red zone, it means there's some leaking funnels with our finance setup. And if we're zooming into the outgoings, we might even notice some debt gathering. And this debt can be like a leaking bucket for our finances, especially if it's high interest. In the next video, we'll be focusing more on debt management techniques, so I won't go too much into detail for that. But something to tackle first in our finance journey is high interest debt. Otherwise, we'll never make progress, and it's almost like running on a treadmill. We're not getting anywhere. We just feel like we're making progress. The third brick of personal finances includes automating your money. For our generation, everything is one button click away. We can order food, we can get taxis, and similarly, we can set up systems to put money from one account to another, one where we're not easily accessing it and it actually has a different purpose to our standard payment accounts. Let's say, for example, you're on a junior salary of $1,700 per month, $1,700. After all your necessary expenses are paid, your debts are being paid, and all your payments are in place through direct debits, which is also a form of automation. What we can focus on is your leftover money, and this £100 spare, for example's sake, you can automate and set up a standing order into a savings account, preferably a high yield savings account. Once this money is automated, you know not to touch it. And this can be used later for different purposes. For example, a rainy day fund. A rainy day fund is a safety net you build for yourself, where you have money at easy access. This is money you can access in the short term or at whatever time frame you need, and it will help you to have confidence and calm in knowing that you have something which you can fall back on. For people with higher job securities, this can be a short-term fund. So for people like doctors and nurses, this can be a short-term fund covering about 1 to 2 months of their expenses. But if you're a freelancer or a seasonal worker with an irregular salary, this can be even up to a 12 months fund, which will cover all your basic expenses. It's not to say a rainy day fund is meant to be used in times of need. For example, healthcare emergencies, car crashes, financial emergencies when you need to lend to someone, not for things like luxuries like upgrading your flight tickets or getting the next bag that's on sale today. Having an emergency fund for me allowed me to have peace of mind and know that I'm in a secure place in case I was to lose my job or something was to happen. I can cover myself and rely on myself. For money which you don't need quick access to in case of an emergency, this is what we can redirect towards our retirement and towards investing. Investing is a big term, so it won't be covered in detail in this video, but further videos will cover that. But to tackle retirement first, if your employer is offering you retirement plans, match it 100%. Whatever they are offering, match the exact amount. You want to put in the minimum amount for the maximum employer match. My employer does a 4% match, therefore I put in 4% into my retirement account every month. This is pre-tax, and so I don't pay tax on what I put into my retirement. It's essentially free money if an employer is matching it. And the reason I say this is, why would you miss out on free money? So if I'm putting in £100 per month into my savings account, my employer will also match that and put it into my retirement account. Nevertheless, after my taxable income, the amount that I have left, you can put that into investments. There are all sorts of investing strategies, and some people choose to put it into stocks and bonds. It's up to you what your preferred mode of investing is. However, the point of investing is to secure your money in something which will gain value in the future, and you can access it to secure yourself for future payments. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully the next video is better and provides you more useful concepts. I'll see you then.